Hello and howdy everyone. A few days ago I saw the best movie of the year so far, Gimmie the Loot, and I thought it was amazing. I'm not even sure what to say about it, just because I loved it. It just felt so real and natural and true that it just kind of cast a spell over me, and by the end I was mesmerized and did not want it to end, basically. The only thing I knew about the film going in was that it won second place, basically, the grand jury prize, I think the fan favorite, at South by Southwest in 2012. Which, put it over a year ago. They always have South by Southwest early in the year. So South by Southwest 2013 has already taken place. This Gimmie the Loot won second place at South by Southwest 2012 in their film festival. And that's pretty much all I knew, and that it was about a day in the life of New York. And it was like going to be, eventually considered to be one of the great New York films. And I certainly can't argue with that point at all. I thought it was just gorgeous. It was totally refreshing, unlike most films I've seen recently. It had a style. I don't try to do much research. Actually, I kind of want to look this up. Let's see, that's why I get distracted. It felt, I don't think I have the term right, so I guess I won't use it, but it felt so real, like we weren't supposed to be watching it. Well, I'll just keep on saying because my brain keeps on repeating it. Cinema verite. I'm not sure, I can't remember from my college days what cinema verite actually means, but to the best of my recollection, it was, cinema that's so realistic. It feels like it's, just spying on people who don't know they're being filmed. And I got that impression from this film, like, a lot, constantly. I'm not going to look anything up, just because I can't think. If I'm trying to use my phone, I can't think. The first-time filmmaker, I believe I haven't seen his name before. I can't remember his name. It was basically all new talent, just everywhere. The actors have never been seen before, at least not by me. I didn't really look them up. The story is about, the film is about, two best friends, a guy and a girl, and they are taggers, graffiti artists. And they have a dream of tagging or I guess bombing is the correct term now. A few years ago it was tagging. Just because I had a brief foray into the world of taggers, and it was very interesting. But now it's called bombing, and so they were wanting to bomb the apple at Mets Field. Apparently there's an apple that comes out when you home run or something like that. They wanted to bomb that. So when the apple pops up, there's their tag for all of greater New York to see. So that is basically it. That's the plot. But really what it's about is just a day in the life, deep things. That's what it's really about. But it handles such deep and at sometimes philosophical points just with such grace and it's just all light and breezy. That's what I constantly kept on telling myself. This is so light and breezy. It just felt effortless. The film felt effortless. I'm giving it a 9 if I haven't said that yet. And it's definitely the best film I've seen so far this year. I was trying, because I kept on telling myself there's no way this could have been traditionally filmed. It felt like, they mic'd up the actors and then sent them into the middle of a crowd or into a situation and let them do the scene, but no one else was in on it. And the camera was a block away and zoomed in. That's how real the film felt, is that the people saying the lines seemed to be the only ones in on it, or to know that they were, making a movie. Usually, when you make a movie, you have extras and background. And everything is absolutely controlled. When extras are in use and they're, doing scenes like this that are out on a busy street, they actually stop natural pedestrians and, they keep them away and let the extras be the pedestrians. Here, I don't see how that was possible. I don't think that's possible at all, just because I felt that the extras were giving, tremendous performances. I found myself distracted by the extras. And I don't even want to say extras. I just want to call them civilians, because I believe that's what they were, just going about their natural day in lives, while they happened to be filming a movie right next to them. There were times where I was watching the background instead of paying attention to, I guess what the main characters are doing. I never really lost what the main characters were saying, just because they are always talking. But sometimes, it's a gorgeous looking film to boot. It's not only smart and wise and true, but it's gorgeous. It's gorgeously shot. It really just paints a picture of New York. I've spent probably a total of 10 days in greater New York in my life, and so I don't really have much to compare it to, but this film, it made me feel like I was back there. It captured that energy that I have never felt anywhere else on the planet than I have than standing in Times Square. At many times I was just watching the extras and, having them look puzzled. Again, there's so much to look at in the film. It's just visually sumptuous. In fact, some of the things I have been, rethinking over these past couple days are really stuff that, some of the extras did. I can't stress that enough, how natural the film felt, and how just, I wonder how they filmed it. I can't wait to see, I definitely want to see this film again. It only had 1 week theatrical run on one screen. So 1 screen, 1 week in Los Angeles. So that's surprising. If a film can only play for 1 week and on one screen in Los Angeles, then I figure it's not going to go to many places, if at all. So I hope this gets out. I believe that it's on video on demand. I'm not sure. Most independent films are nowadays. Surely it will be out on disc in no time. I can't recommend it more. I definitely want to see it on disc. I would see it in the theater if I had the chance. Again, but I can't wait for some type of documentary to show me, how they filmed it. And if it's just a traditional, filming style, then I'm going to be disappointed. Or slightly, flabbergasted, because I have no idea how they got that naturalistic performances out of all those people. speaking of naturalistic performances, the two main actors are amazing in this film. I've never seen either of them. Both African American, young. We've got a guy and a girl. I guess the girl would be kind of a tomboy. I tell you what, and I'll just be honest, by the end of the film, I was just kind of in love with the girl. I can't remember her name. I can't remember his name. It was the first time I had seen their faces. I wanted to remember all the names just because I, wanted to do that, but I can't remember any of the names. She's just beautiful. She's gorgeous, and she doesn't have what I would call like traditional beauty. Well, she was just in her raw state throughout the entire film. So it's like, I saw her at the, as soon as I saw her, I thought, well, that's a cute girl. She's cute. But by the end, I was just kind of hypnotized by her. I think she's incredibly beautiful. And I can't wait to see her in more stuff. And if she wants to, put on a dress and do something with her hair, power to her. I'd like to see her that way. But she really just kind of, I fell in love with her by the end of the film. I can't wait to see what she does next. It's tough to choose. I think she had the stronger performance of the two. The male lead, he was also good. Young, I've never seen his face before. He was good. I just thought she had the edge a little bit, but it was they had just excellent chemistry. I wouldn't be surprised if they were actually friends. At least it really felt that way. It was, and they dominate the film. They're in basically every scene. If they're not together in every scene, they are on their own, but yet alternating between their stories. So they dominate the film. They're true leads. In fact, that is, like, if I have to detract from the film, I'm giving it a 9 and not a 10. So, because I always say that a 10 is more emotional than anything. Why I can't give this a 10 right out of the gate is because, okay, the film is so well written that, okay, as these two go on their adventure, and that's another point, is like I kept on saying, or kept on reading, a day in the life. It's a day in the life of New York. It's not even a day. It's like the film opens at sunrise, like we see the sunrise over New York City. And by the end of the film, the sun's not even down yet. So it's not even a full day. It's a matter of hours, in one day. The film itself is like 80 minutes, which I love. I love an 80-minute film. And especially when it's so good, it felt like 20 minutes. This 80-minute film felt like 20 minutes, half-hour tops. I think that's fantastic. I got a little off track there. What was I going for? Oh, it's so well written and so fully realized and real, fleshed out, that as they go along their adventure throughout the day, they meet characters. They meet these interesting people who help them out, don't help them out, want to beat them up, whatever. They just meet a lot of people throughout the course of the day walking around greater New York. And each of those characters that they meet is so well written and delivers such a character-revealing monologue, usually, that you kind of realize, minutes after they leave them, that you're not going to see that character again. And you start to wonder, well, what about that guy? Is he going to find love? Is he going to be all right? But you don't go back to that character. You proceed throughout your day. So again, if there's if there's one thing wrong with the film, it's that it's too well written, and that even the satellite characters, demand more screen time. They should be there more. That's the only thing that I could think of, is that I kept on wondering about all the people they met. and like what's going to happen to them. So whatever. Having your writing be too good, that's an excellent problem to have. The two main characters who talk throughout the entire film in long monologues, it just amazed me, how natural they were. It's just so intimidating to have to memorize and know all of that material. And it just seems like, again, like they weren't acting. It's just two excellent performances. I'm sure that they, did so much rehearsing and really living these roles that there was no choice to it, but just wondrous acting, really. It looks gorgeous. I think I've already covered that. I mean, you get to see skylines. You get to see every aspect of New York in terms of landscape, style of housing, class, culture. You just get to see everything. And it really made me feel like, I experienced New York in some way. And it's really a city film, what it's like to live in a city where cultures clash and mix. And it always had something wise to say. It was, working together. I really felt like the relationship between the two main characters, the best friends, the guy and the girl, who, to me, I mean, obviously love each other. They have other, people in their lives, men, women in their lives, love interests, but it's, clear that they are in love with each other and that they should be together, but they aren't. They aren't. They don't really even hug. They just do their special handshake, whatever. And that, to me, felt just totally honest. You don't really see many Hollywood films that have that realistic grasp on complicated friendships and relationships. And it just... I'm so glad I thought of that. It just felt... I can't express it any other way. It just felt so real. And that grasp on, wanting something and knowing that you're probably better off with the way it is right now, and why would you want to change it? I don't know. There's just a lot to think about this film. There's a lot to think about, and I think I can't believe I kind of let it slip to the back of my mind. It's got an amazing soundtrack. One of the best soundtracks, in recent memory, probably since, High Fidelity. I think it definitely puts it up. I can't remember, like, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou was a monumental soundtrack. High Fidelity, you got to throw some Tarantino in there somewhere, but this has got to be the best soundtrack in some time. It was just gorgeous music, and it was relatively nonstop. Just fantastic music, all like different. It's modern day New York, and all the music is from probably the 50s, the 60s at the latest, and it's all like golden era soul and rhythm and blues, and it's just beautiful. The music was just like, I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, and it just felt perfect with the film. The film is just amazing. I don't know what else to say. It seems like I'm just rambling now. But it's the best film of the year so far. When I walked out of the film, I was walking on air. I was uplifted. I was uplifted and inspired, and just happy to be alive. And I think if a film can do that, then it's really fucking good. And Gimmie the Loot is really fucking good. One of the best movies of the year so far, a solid 9. Enough said. That's Gimmie the Loot. Thank you very much.